When Travis Alexander first met Jodi Arias, he wasn't looking for a whirlwind romance. He was just another energetic young man chasing success, laughter, and connection. It was September 2006, a crowded business conference in Las Vegas, filled with dreamers and hustlers trying to make their mark. Travis was that type of man who drew people in easily, confident, sharp, and deeply rooted in his faith. His friends admired his charm, and women noticed his clean-cut looks and charisma. But among all the faces that weekend, one woman stood out, Jodi Arias. She wasn't from his world of suits and sales pitches. She had a free-spirited edge, camera in hand, bright smile, soft voice. When their eyes met for the first time, it was like two completely different lives suddenly collided. They spoke for hours that night about ambition, love, and finding purpose. She laughed at his jokes. He admired her curiosity. Before the night ended, they were already making plans to see each other again. It was quick, spontaneous, and intense. For Jodi, Travis represented something she'd always wanted: stability, direction, and the kind of man who made her feel seen. For Travis, she was excitement wrapped in mystery, a sudden burst of adventure in his structured life. They exchanged numbers, and what started as late-night calls soon turned into something more. Within weeks, they were inseparable, always texting, always talking, always together. Travis introduced her to his close circle, and everyone could tell she was smitten. But some friends noticed how intense she seemed. She didn't just like Travis, she studied him. The way he spoke, his routines, the words he used. It was as if she wanted to mold herself into his perfect match. Still, to Travis, it felt flattering. Who doesn't want to be adored that much? He brushed off his friend's quiet concerns. "She's just passionate," he'd say with a grin. Weeks became months. Jodi's visits grew more frequent. Long drives from California to Arizona, hours spent together taking pictures, sharing dinners, and posting couple photos that looked perfect on the outside. But behind the smiles, little cracks began to form. Travis started noticing that their connection, once light and exciting, was becoming heavy. Jodi wanted more than affection. She wanted control. She needed to know where he was, who he talked to, what he was doing. Still, she could be sweet, affectionate, and loving. And every time he thought about ending things, she'd pull him back in with a laugh, a memory, or a promise to change. To his friends, Travis would joke about her intensity. But privately, he began feeling uneasy, like he was being watched even when she wasn't around. Yet somehow, he couldn't stay away. If you want to follow the story from the beginning to the end, click the related video to watch the full story.